XR allows us to embody cognitive computing like AI, right? So it's not something that happens over there. It's us. We are the computer. We are the interface, right? And that means that we have God mode control, I mean that in the gaming sense, not the religious sense, by the way. God mode control of AI and robotics. It combines the physical and cognitive ergonomics in order to amplify and extend human abilities to superhuman heights, such as this example from the Walk Again project at Duke University, started by Dr. Nikolai. So what they did is they took 8 paraplegics, and they put a little hat on their heads, this one here, right? And it had little sensors everywhere. These aren't holes drilled in the head. This is just a hat, EEG hat. And it has one sensor in particular right here on your motor cortex. That's the part of your brain that controls different body movements. But right here is your legs, okay? And what they did is they trained these paraplegics to control an avatar's legs using that part of the brain. So the same effort it takes me to do this, they're controlling the avatar's legs. And I'm telling you, I'm not saying leg go forward, leg go back. I'm just moving it. And the same thing happens for them. Once they got good at that, they added robot legs. So now they're seeing it and they're feeling it. And after about 6 months of this training, all 8 patients regrew the musculature and circulatory system necessary to walk again. And after about a year of treatment, all 8 patients, when they were back in their beds without the apparatus, no surgery, no medication, they had voluntary leg movement. So they had recreated a neural pathway between the brain and the legs to enable walking again. Now, that's not all. Not only can we create superhuman healing abilities, but we can have extrasensory perceptions, such as Daredevil or Spider-Man, right? We can amplify our sense of touch, such as this glove called Tacit from Steve Hofer, that allows you to kind of feel where you're walking before you actually walk. Neil Harbison is a colorblind artist. So he put a little implant inside of his brain that's basically just a speaker, and he puts it to this AR camera that can see colors, and it translates that into sounds that now he can see colors. He not only can see the regular spectrum that you and I can see, he can see the full infrared, something that we can't do. And his business partner at Cyborg Nest, she created something called Sense North. So now she can sense. It's a vibro-tactile interface that's been inserted into her skin, and she can feel whenever she's facing magnetic north. So now she has a sense of where north is. I know, kind of silly. But let's think about the multiple applications of this kind of thing. Let's say you're a construction worker, and you have to walk on those steel grids up there. Suddenly I can feel well beyond where my foot is, so I can know exactly where my foot's being placed without having to look, right? It's going to have amazing types of applications. We're also going to get to computing at speed of thought. Now, you want to move objects across the room with your mind? You can do that. You want to be able to control a robot with your brain? Oh yeah, you can do that. This robot here is called the Baxter. And what it does is it's learning how to sort paint, okay? And so what it's doing is that it's faster for her to think, oh, you made a mistake, robot, before she could actually articulate it, and the robot corrects before it. So just like Tesla, right, in that self-driving car, now she can do the same thing with her own brain. Now, this is where we start to get a little intrusive into the brain, okay? Watch out. So this is a node stuck into your visual cortex, and it can perceive what you're seeing faster than your own perception, right? So of course we're going to have things like Neuralink from Elon Musk that's going to be able to allow you to think and control computing as if it's part of your own brain. That is coming. All right, but I got some disappointing news to you. While XR is coming, this is where we are. It's going to be disappointing for a while. In fact, the phone is going to be your gateway to this. That phone is going to drive democratization. And here's why. Back in 2014, we created the AccuVein AV400. It allows you to see your vein movement in real time, okay? Now, this is an amazing tool for phlebotomists, people that take your blood, but it costs $4,000. Now, today, each and every one of you can download this app for free, called the VeinStick Pro, that does the exact same thing. What's the difference? Hardware, app that runs on hardware. And that's what's going to drive democratization. You're going to use it on your phone. It's going to democratize education, such as what we're seeing in Myanmar. They've digitized all their textbooks through a phone interface. Right? Suddenly anybody can have the highest quality education. In fact, the teachers are learning in Finland how to teach them. You're going to have practical tools like this one, which allows a contractor to scan a room and then import it into CAD and do whatever they need to do. You're going to see silly tools like this one from Childish Gambino, which allows you to dance with him anywhere that you are, right? You're going to have retail applications that allow you to see what that looks like. Try it on before you buy. All of this is coming. The big breakthrough moment, the iPhone moment, is going to be around 2021. And then it's just going to be complete chaos and amazement. We're not going to understand what is happening. Now, XR is going to increase human agility to keep up with the radically accelerating pace of change. And that's why it's so important. My question to you is, how will you extend reality? Thank you.